In this video, we're going to learn how to properly export your assignment as a catalog to be submitted. So let's say you're done editing. These are your 10 files that you're submitting. They are flagged. They are all edited. They all look amazing. It's time to turn things in. Very likely at this point, you may be looking at a screen like this. You've got your assignment folder filtered down for just your 10 flagged image files, and we're looking at just one of them in the loop view. So how do we turn this in? There's a few steps. The first thing is you're going to turn your filters off. So down in the lower right corner in the filters area, we're going to switch it from flagged back to filters off. The next thing we're going to do is go to the grid view. I just hit the G key to do that. If you want to do it the long way, you'd have to switch to the library module and then click on the little grid view icon down here. But either way, G key or click the grid view icon. Now you see all of your images, the flagged ones and the unflagged ones, in the grid view. Why are we seeing all the unflagged ones? Well, I want to see, as your instructor, I want to see all of your images that you shot for the assignment, and then I can filter down to just the flagged ones to grade your final selection. At this point, what we're going to do is select all of the images. You can simply hit Command A to do that, or you can go to the Edit menu and choose Select All. Command A you see there as the keystroke. When you do that, you will now see them all highlighted. Again, your flagged files and your unflagged files. So I shot 58 pictures, let's say for this assignment, 10 of them are flagged. I'm going to export a catalog of all 58 images. Now that I have them all selected, I'm going to go to the File menu and come down here, and I'm not going to choose Export. I'm going to choose Export as Catalog. You'll notice that I didn't simply go down here to the Export button. It is not the same thing. We're going to go to the File menu and Export as Catalog. At this point, we're going to get a dialog box, and often the first time you bring this up, it's going to be a small little dialog like this. So in order to see the rest of it, if you go to this little down arrow, you can click and expand to see all of this information. You're going to name this catalog your last name, underscore, the course number. I'm going to put P3 for my Photo Practice 3 class, underscore, and the assignment number. Let's say this is for assignment 1, so it's going to be assign 01. Then, let's say you're just aiming at the desktop at the moment. You're going to find your way to your external drive, to your folder where you keep everything, and to your exports folder. And at this point, you want your checkboxes to look like you see here at the bottom. However, by default, they're probably going to look like this. This is bad. You do not want to export negative files. That would make a folder full of your raw files and would be really large, take a long time to upload, and for me to download later. So we're going to turn that option off. Instead, we're going to turn on Build Include Smart Previews. Smart Previews will show everything in terms of how your image looks and everything that you did in terms of editing, but will not take up nearly as much space. And you can turn off the Include Available Previews option. We don't need that as well. We can build the previews later. I can build the previews later when I get your collection. So before I hit Export Catalog, make sure I've named it correctly, make sure that it's going to my Exports folder, and make sure that my options are as you see here. No on Export Negative Files, yes on Build and Include Smart Previews, and Include Available Previews is turned off. That last one doesn't really matter. It doesn't add that much size, but it's not necessary. And then we hit Export Catalog. Before I do this, I'm going to zoom back out. When you hit Export Catalog, you're going to see a progress bar in the middle of your screen. Ignore that. Instead, focus on the progress bar here in the upper left corner. Wait till this progress bar is completely done. Sometimes it's just a few seconds, sometimes it takes a couple of minutes, but wait until it's completely done and disappeared before you put your exported catalog now into the class folder or Dropbox, however we're submitting work for this particular course. Now I'm going to minimize my Lightroom window so that I can show you now in my external hard drive and in my folder with my entire library, in exports folder, now I have this folder here, and inside that folder, this is what I'm going to turn in. I'm going to turn in this folder. Inside it, all there is an LRCat file and a Smart Previews data file. I'm going to expand this so you can see the entire title of those files. Then I will drag this whole folder into the Dropbox for our class, whether that's a Google Drive folder online or our Dropbox folder that we access through the class disk when we're on campus. And that's how you export your assignment as a catalog and turn it in.